Hi, this is Straight Pass. I'm going to do a reaction to A Haunting in Venice. This came out earlier this year, I believe. This is the third Kenneth Branagh, Hercule Poirot movie, I believe. I saw the first two. I enjoyed the first two. So this one, I didn't hear that much about it. So, but like I said, I'm a big fan of Kenneth Branagh. So let's check this out. I'll be right back with my reaction. Okay, let me put my headphones on. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Right now, go. 20th Century Studios presents. Whoa, what the hell was that? A Haunting in Venice. Nightmare.
Again, all over the world, then we'll have time for things like
Signore Poirot, your pastries.
Monsieur. Our doctor can't explain it. Please, monsieur. I fear for my life. They say we're cursed.
Whoa.
What did I tell you? Touch him again, and I keep your hand.
Excuse me, sir.
Hello, young man. Is your mother at home?
You must forgive my bodyguard. His instructions are mine. No one may pass but the pastry man twice a day.
Twice a day? Oh, you know me. Apples only till supper. Even picked Venice to hide in. A gorgeous relic slowly sinking into the sea, just like your mind without a challenge. Don't underestimate me for a clever turn of phrase. I am the world's #1 mystery writer, or was anyway. Not a case. It's much spiffier than that. You really are cut off from the world. Do you not know what today is?
What is spiffier?
I've looked at it from every which way, and I can't figure it out.
You are up to something, my friend.
The unholy Miss Reynolds. Things happened.
Tricks.
I am the smartest person I ever met, and I can't figure it out, so I came to the second. I need Detective Poirot to pop this balloon, or God help me, I will end up a believer.
Okay, trick or treat. Okay.
Are you ready?
Was an orphanage. Good doctors and good nurses took care of good children until the plague. Plagues make people afraid, starving, calling, clawing. Some say the children are still hiding in this palazzo, and they want more children to join them.
Leopold?
There's an actual literal party and you're hiding in a book. I thought you might play with other children for once.
That's for the orphans. I'll check on Father. He's no good at parties.
Sadly, life doesn't round out so well as detective fiction.
The soprano Rowena Drake. A diva's life of glamour. But she lives here.
Where did all the money go? Everyone who ever lived here falls victim to some tragedy.
Miss Marina, it's leaking again.
Dad? Are you alright, Dad? Do you need a pill?
Adults, too. You care to bob for an apple, Mr. Poirot? It looks like fun.
The fun is not for me.
Whoa. Whoa.
God, I'm actually nervous.
You believe in psychics?
A word. I would give that Miss Reynolds all I have.
Yo.
So many. Everywhere. Horrible memories. Your daughter's room is on the 3rd floor.
The press coined that one. Not sure if I like it.
Bonsoir, madame. I must say that I expected someone more...
Dramatic, ridiculous.
An old crone.
Yes, this is the perfect word, the crony, old crony.
Am I your next quite famous case?
I am retired from cases.
But you are here to discredit me. Isn't that why the great writer brought you? My kind.
Opportunists who prey on the vulnerable, no?
You don't believe in the soul's endurance after death.
I have lost my faith.
How sad for you.
Yes, it is most sad. The truth is sad. Countless crimes, 2 wars, the bitter evil of human indifference, and I conclude, no. No God, no ghosts. With respect, no mediums who can speak to them.
Whoa. Whoa.
Bambini, siete pronti? Veloci.
Well, still a charlatan?
A ceiling weakened by water damage, unused to rollicking footsteps.
No credit for theatrical timing.
If I may, please, how did the girl die?
The balcony, the canal, drowning.
A suicide.
It wasn't her fault. They pushed her to it.
Mrs. Semenoff, please.
What then, Doctor?
No one. I have the only key. No one stepped foot here since Miss Alicia passed but me. To dust a bit and to check on Harry.
Who is Harry?
Miss Rowena wouldn't let me move a thing.
This palazzo was their oasis. Only a week at a time between travel for the opera. But Alicia had the children's ghosts for company. She grew so beautiful. Then she and her fiancé quarreled. She moved back here to the palazzo. That's when she started to see the children. They wanted her for themselves. They want you here with them. It drove her mad. Miss Rowena didn't leave her side, begging the spirits to let her be.
Listening.
Now this woman, she wants to disturb Alicia's soul.
Listening.
And I am telling you, monsieur, this is not right. Baba.
Baba the rabbit.
Invited.
Not by me.
He was trying to kick me out, Rowena. It's never worked before. If there's something to hear, I'll hear it.
Well, tell that to your new fiancé. Waited a whole 6 months after Alicia died. I hear she's insensibly rich.
Land grants from King George, rich. I lost 2, Rowena.
The hell?
How many are we, 9 or 10?
Oh, I don't know, take 12 chairs, I think.
I think myself more secretary than anything. The voices speak, and I take dictation.
They say you're a fake.
Smart ass.
I believe it was you who called to me. Too many spirits. Listening. Spirits, you scream and shout, and no one hears. We do now. Alicia Drake, find your voice.
Right. Yes. She didn't touch the key, I swear.
She must have. You can't all be such fools.
This is wrong. This is very wrong.
Who is there? Alicia Drake. Listening. We are here. Alicia, I feel you are in pain.
Does it hurt? Please tell me.
Did someone hurt you?
Yes.
No!
Poirot, let her finish!
No! First, let us meet a secret Confederate in the chimney.
Whoa!
That magnetic switch. Et voila,
Whoa.
the talking typewriter.
A fake.
Mrs. Semenoff, your dedication to housekeeping could be improved. No one had been in this room except you, yet my new friend left his footstep in the fireplace. The bright scratch at the keyhole indicates a lock recently picked.
Alicia.
Hurt.
Why leave me?
I don't want. She didn't jump.
You killed me. You killed me.
Who? Show me. Who?
You killed me. You killed me. You killed me.
I can't explain it.
I can. That was my daughter.
Oh, no. Don't you dare leave without saying it. You saw what I saw, and what you saw
Was fake.
the woman who stumped Hercule Poirot.
I admit I cannot solve all of our methods in this moment, but of course I will.
You won't? Come on. You should be relieved. I mean, how incredible. To believe, to know the world has mystery.
You're all right.
Grazie.
These spirits were particularly savage. Satans always exact a price.
As I'm sure do you. You are amongst frauds, the gifted one.
On her ward, inside her mind, wave after wave of the dying and the dead. And the only thing that stopped the pain was telling the mourners what I heard. Ease their suffering as only I can. It was not revealed. Maybe tomorrow.
A lucrative convenience.
Why is this?
Terrors for children, Miss Reynolds.
You might learn from them. Children can suffer as much as those orphans and still laugh and play and bob for apples. They're alive. But you, death everywhere you went. All your life. Soldiers, friends, Catherine. We shall not meet again.
You persist that you are real.
And if I'm not, lighten up, pal. You might have fun. I say to remember me. But you will.
Lighten up.
Oh, you bought for Apple, huh? Oh. Whoa! 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 The hell?
Monsieur Poirot, can you hear me? Who did this?
I left Miss Reynolds. I stopped by the Upper City.
What's going on?
What's that?
There's happening.
Jesus.
I should know the men on duty.
I thought my cupboards were bare.
And I scrounged up some tea left from the party. Found your honey in the linen closet.
Maybe she jumped. She seen the type?
No, not Miss Reynolds.
Never.
She talked about a murder. She could have known something.
You still think she's real? Please, she made up that murder idea to impress a famous author and to bait the hook on a new income stream.
In the war. Before she did sittings.
Miss Reynolds was in the British Army. She served with the Cames at Malta. She was a nurse.
A nurse. The children's vendetta.
Lock us in here.
You can't trap us here. A medium boasts of having a vision of murder. Now she is dead. One of you felt her eyes upon you, killed her, tried to kill me. No one shall leave this place until I know who.
Oh, he's back in the game.
Every murderer is somebody's old friend.
But you have written too many clever murders to fall at the foot of your first victim, and you are, so far, viably alibied by the chef for the time, which is why I shall now ask you to assist me in my investigation.
Papa the rabbit? Poirot. How the hell?
If I may ask, what is directly above this balcony?
The garden was our secret hideaway. It was my daughter's favorite place. All this effort for a teaspoon of wildflower honey that we can buy for 6 lira. I had hoped they'd survive, but... Out of the blue one day, she wrote to me.
A letter from a stranger, but she would know you from the opera, no?
But it was the name she used. She said that she heard a message from Aspasia. I found my voice because of her. Ever since I can't sing without knowing that she's waiting in my dressing room.
To the charming chef Maxine Gerard.
Well, he is a pompous ass out to marry the biggest purse he can find. And they got engaged. That's when the worst days started.
Her illness.
Her mind was on fire. She was like a little girl again.
But you are superstitious too. This palazzo, you believe, is haunted, yes?
Miss Marina may own it, but the spirits possess it.
And where were you, Madame Seminoff, when these murderous ghosts turned Joyce Reynolds into one of their own? When a crime has been committed, I can, by application of order and method and the slow extinguishing of my own soul, find without fail or doubt who done it. But you did not approve of the fortune teller. I believe you called her satanic. Your mind goes perhaps to Exodus, 22:18.
Maleficus non patiere vivere.
Do not suffer a sorceress to live.
The Bible warns against it with reason.
A witch on her Sabbath, huh? Perhaps a convent.
I felt my call to be a nun before I could read. God sets challenges.
You fell in love and forgot God.
No, it's not that simple.
One final question for the list, of course. An abominated act here at night when you are loath to remain.
There's only one to whom I must answer. That is not you.
Mrs. Olga Semenov, as a nun, what was your saint's name?
Maria.
Jagged weapon, not too sharp. Nails, maybe, and no other marks on her, other than the obvious.
As well as the precise time of death?
Whoa.
You all right?
Yeah.
Just up here if you need me.
Mm-hmm. Really wish you hadn't asked me.
Battle scars are not always of the body. You served?
Found the gates at the camp at Bergen-Belsen.
Oh, God.
Liberating. Nursing skeletons back to life. We killed 2 the first day with milk we didn't know. And then shot myself through the chest.
Jesus.
I was told to stop practicing when I got home.
Except for one patient. Because you are in love with Rowena Drake.
Lucky to be in life at all.
I know this has been
She needed help. I gave her sedatives. Like milk to the starving. There is no such thing as psychic phenomena. There is psychic pain.
Merci, Dr. Ferrier.
Uh-oh. Hands are shaking. Yeah. Get out of here. Typical jump scare. That's hot.
I suppose I'm lower on your list. My father's jumpy like you. They call it war neurosis, battle fatigue. I think that's unfair. He's not tired. He's broken. So, they're still on your list.
Everyone is on my list.
You left them the taps.
Oh. I'm afraid I do not...
Even if only for a moment. They see you as one of their own. One with something to say would be wise to come to you.
You talk like Miss Reynolds.
She only pretended to know. No wonder they got cross with her.
You have much sympathy with the dead?
Some of them are my friends. Jumpy.
Nicholas and Desdemona are ready. We can wait for the police.
I am Hercule Poirot, no?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, if the police can succeed where I cannot, I will be the next one off the balcony into the canal. Perhaps. Every theory aspires to fact, before the information is gathered. Order and method.
And lists.
And lists. We continue to those who knew her best for assistance.
Do you really think the help had motive?
The help always had motive. First having to endure to be called the help.
Couldn't I do this with my sister?
She waits for you comfortably.
That is my brother.
He waits for you comfortably.
Somehow we were still alive. We took care of each other.
At midnight, we snuck a drink in the kitchen. The creepy kid was there.
He has you coming in just after the hour.
He is mistaken.
And how long were you in Miss Reynolds' employ?
Pure phony.
She was magic.
So all of these seances in which you participated?
Fake.
Fake. They were
It was all
spirit
fake.
meetings. Just all of the seances.
It was all a show.
All a show. Fake. We'll get there without her. Where were you running off to?
We're going to Missouri.
Missouri.
Missouri?
We were hiding in the Mud Hut Forest. And one of them tacked up this sheet. They had a film projector, but only half a movie.
We used to watch half of Meet Me in St. Louis.
It was the beautiful people. You know, it was no one was sick. No one was starving or dying. 5135 Kensington Avenue. Stupid, I would dream.
But impatient with your dream, you grew brazen and skimmed from her proceeds.
Clang, clang, clang went the Charlie.
What? No, we didn't.
Your brother already admits that you did. The trusted help.
Whoa.
If I'm trapped here, so are you.
You're doing that thing where you pretend to know more than everyone else in the world.
I as yet know nothing. The truth does not come without the tax of effort.
Can you hear this? All around us.
I heard nothing.
Your investigator has poached his egg.
Listening. Wait.
The hell?
It's all right, you can come up now. Came with the other children, yes?
Yes.
And you have been hiding here all this time.
Who are you talking to?
A child. You must have heard.
You can't leave us here!
You heard that. You all. Must be the pipes.
Pipes. Sounds like the Blitz.
In all my years here, I've never heard this. I have.
You want to go down into that?
They really did lock those children in here to die. Storm waves, not ghosts.
Dad, it's me. It's me. I'm right here. You see me? Dad just needs his rest. Don't you, Dad?
What kind of bodyguard keeps getting beat up?
You do.
Wherever we go, death follows.
There must be a rational answer for all of this. In the basement, there are bees. Upstairs, there is an ordinary killer.
He can rest now in my music room. It's almost soundproof. We should lock it for his safety. But please, you keep the key for ours.
Of course she'd say that. From her perspective, it's true. I did kill Alicia. Rowena believes what she wants. A medium saw Alicia murdered. Color me the gunman. It isn't a wash of a trillion stars. It's old Cassiopeia, that blur of light in the family photo. That must be Granddad's ghost. Alicia was mentally ill. It killed her. It's not Wildflower. I can't place it. I tore up the photo in her room the night I ended it. It's the last time we spoke.
So you did break off your engagement?
You heard? She wasn't rich enough for me. Some women, you marry them, you marry their mother too.
So the mother did not approve of you?
She wouldn't approve of the Pope. Rowena didn't know how to exist alone. Tore up the garden in spite, took off abroad. Alicia was all twisted with guilt, wanted to chase her around the world. When I heard she was sick, Rowena wouldn't let me see her. Or show her my letters. The next time I saw Alicia was in a coffin.
Miss Oliver?
A simple note?
No distinguishing language. The stationery is plain. It is cleanly typewritten.
Well, that's it. You're done. Let's go.
A chair, yes. It is good to have a friend in this. How long have we known each other?
The Canning Road Municipal Baths murder.
You want to interview me?
Leave him be.
Yeah.
You turned on a cold engine, took a few knocks to the head. Sit this one out. Let morning come.
A trick of the mind.
And then my mind wishes to tell me something. How did you become a policeman?
I do wish you would let go of this.
It's all right. I'll answer. My father was a cop when I couldn't sleep, and I never slept. You were a policeman once. You can understand. Eventually you get a case, and you know it's the last one you can stomach and still know your soul.
Uh-oh.
You knew precisely where to find the hidden telephone.
The case was such a spectacle. The family deserved their privacy.
Uh-oh.
Yes. I pulled her from the water. Retired next day.
So many months my peace undisturbed, you resolutely guarding me from curiosity or company, grown men cast into the canal. Ariadne Oliver waltzes through, because you were in league.
Yep.
The authoress and the bodyguard working with the medium in the cahoot.
Yep.
Feigning disdain, conspiring to bring me to this seance to make me a fool. Your own hands were free, the secret accomplice, to make me believe the impossible.
Whoa.
Mediums and magic, ghosts and gods.
Won't you forgive me?
Apparently only God can forgive.
Bit of a pickle, then.
So let us discover how you did it, Baba.
A good touch.
A personal invitation to the fiancé.
And you know it, too. That's why you quit.
Is this why you killed Joyce Reynolds?
No,
Yeah.
I did not.
Your book, an instant legend.
Come on, you're tap dancing now.
Working together.
We didn't.
Conceal murder!
He has to be alone.
He was shouting at someone. I hated him, but I didn't want him dead. He's got a child, for Christ's sakes. Anyways, I was outside trying to get in with them.
It's true.
There's no other way in. I can't understand. If this room wasn't safe, nowhere is safe. None of us are safe.
For once in your life, admit that you are up against something bigger than you.
You asked. I promised to keep watch. She slept past nightfall. It got to midnight. I heard voices and footsteps. I loved that girl. She died. Because I was stupid and I was scared.
That was the girl he saw in the library.
Always have the answer.
I never should have come.
Wait!
You should all leave this place and never look back.
We are all afraid. There have been 2 impossible murders. Each murder appears committable only by phantom. Avenging angel Olga Semenov, so keen on justice as she prescribes it, the former love full of rage for the doctor, and only the fragment of a photograph to remember such happiness. Murder of Alicia Drake, committed by her mother, her murderer.
How dare you, after all I have suffered, to accuse me of harming my little girl?
Your little girl had grown. You could not fathom losing her to anyone else. Not with a rainbow, but with a single color. The single color that could give you back what you would not live without.
All night I am hearing, seeing things which are not there. I begin to believe in the impossible presence of ghosts.
Yep.
With an hallucinogenic poison.
I thought my covers were bare.
Found your honey in the linen closet.
Oh.
There is a poison in the flowering species of Rhododendron ponticum.
All flower? I can't place it.
They call it Deli Bal in Turkey, where it grows wild, where Rowena Drake traveled alone, angry. Mad honey, a mere teaspoon of this poison induces weakness, fever, hallucination.
Your daughter was not possessed. She was poisoned by a mother who could not let her go. Yours again. Until a mistake.
Mrs. Semenov watched Alicia while you slept at last. Night fell and Olga grew frightened when, inevitably, Alicia woke, I am sure, disturbed again, and served Alicia Drake calming tea, sweetened with honey.
Oh.
Too sweet.
I didn't know.
And her heart had stopped in her sleep.
Jesus.
You returned from your rest to find her dead.
You made the mark of the children's vendetta.
Whoa.
You cut her, you threw her into the canal, you made her a suicide. A victim of legend of ghosts.
Where did all the money go?
I can't afford to fix it.
There is usually only one answer. Blackmail.
I suspect that someone had found you out.
Your obvious suspect was Dr. Ferrier. Perhaps he was not so naive a witness. Perhaps finally he recognized the poison symptoms. But how?
The seance. In a haunted house. On Halloween.
The perfect opportunity to conceal the murder of those you suspected of blackmail. Hiding behind superstition, legend. And so did you. But in your haste you mistake the wearer of the mask.
Jeez.
I was with Mrs. Semenoff at midnight.
Where she had asked you to wait, a room which is practically soundproof, which she herself had sealed, and in which she had previously changed the time, where you could not even hear.
She wasn't anywhere near him.
Indeed, she made a show of the locked door, giving me the sole key. But you would not kill Dr. Ferrier with a knife. Your murder weapon would be a telephone.
I know you've been blackmailing me.
You confessed to him everything, to being the murderer of Joyce Reynolds, of staging your own daughter's suicide.
It's not possible.
And then you made your threat.
Do exactly as I tell you.
You threatened to kill his son.
Ah.
If he did not do what you told him, and what you told him to do was to take the knife.
Jesus. Ah.
She killed my dad.
It was an accident. She was my whole life.
You poisoned her.
To protect her.
To control her.
To keep her safe from you. I couldn't let her go. She was mine.
Whoa. Same way her daughter died. So who pushed her? Jeez.
Dottore. They will rule Miss Drake a suicide, unless you would like to make a statement otherwise. In the end, it is you protecting me, Dottore.
Madame.
He'll live with me and Mr. Semenoff. And Harry? We'll mind him as our own.
I know something of this. You must not blame yourself for anything that happened in this house.
Why would he do that?
But it's all my fault. Dad couldn't work. I only used money to pay for our bills. I didn't
He was the
know what to
blackmailer.
do with the rest.
Rowena Drake presumed the blackmailer was the fake medium or the family doctor.
So, I tested the theory.
You sent a blackmail letter. And another.
Yep. Little bastard.
Perhaps there is a use for this money in your matters.
Come with us, you two.
To the police station?
Us to home, you to America. Missouri, I understand. Passage for two. We can help with that.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Leave them space. Didn't you? You heard her.
Patience, my friend.
Don't worry. People who die in this house always come back.
Neither living nor proof. I have to rewrite the whole thing.
So long as it does not include my name.
I never want to hear your name again. Just a house now, all debunked. You saw. You know.
I know only that we cannot hide from our ghosts. And live life somehow.
And how will you live your life?
He left the door open.
Poirot.
Your parents died one soon after the other, then your brother. Your trusted doctor is a beloved friend to the family. Your brother was unmarried, as are you, no other relations. Naming your doctor as beneficiary should all members of your small family perish, after which I strongly suspect he also murdered them, claiming natural causes at their deathbeds. And your life is next in danger. You may wish to sit.
Please.
What?
0. Bam. Okay, that's it. Okay. Okay. That was interesting. Like I said, that's the third, I believe, Hercule Poirot movie, starring Kenneth Branagh. He directed this one. I think he directed the last one as well. I don't think he directed the first one. I don't think. I gotta go back and watch to see if. I think he directed this one and the one before it, because I think Murder on the Train was the first one, and then the second one was the one on the Nile. Okay, the one with Gal Gadot in it. Now, like I said, I think he directed that one and the other one, and this one. I don't think he directed the first one, which was the murder, with Johnny Depp and stuff. But anyway, it was an okay movie. Michelle Yeoh, always good to see her. Although, like I said, she had a small part, but she was very memorable. And Kelly Riley is the grieving mom, who actually turned out to be the actual murderer. Okay, and Jamie Dornan there as the father that was basically going through it because of the war and stuff. And the little kid that played his son was good too. And of course Tina Fey as the friend of Hercule Poirot, who gets him to come to the house. And I like Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot because they was trying to make you think, especially I guess from the beginning part of the movie, that maybe Hercule Poirot was going through some stuff, so that's why he wasn't up to snuff. But of course he figured it out that he was actually poisoned, and he, by the honey and stuff, and that's why he kept seeing, seeing things. They try to do a balance of he's actually seeing ghosts, or is this but then he had a rational explanation for it, like he got poisoned. And then he figured out, once he figured out that he was poisoned, then he figured out that it was the mom who did it, from the clues, her saying that, that she, used to plant the gardens and all that stuff with the honey and stuff. And so he figured it out that it was her doing it, and that she, and I like, it worked logically with his figuring it out. I mean, although, like I said, as you're watching it, it's kind of hard to figure out who the suspect is, unless you, like I said, you watch it like again, just to see, go back again. But it makes logical sense the way he figured it, once he figured out that he was poisoned, and then who did it, who had motive to kill, her daughter and the doctor. Okay, and that, it makes sense. But it, like I said, figuring it out wouldn't be something I would do unless you can see it like twice or something. Then you can maybe start looking for suspects as you went along. And like I said, and the last bit where the mom looked like she fell off, I think she just slipped and fell off the thing. They tried to make it look like maybe the daughter's ghost pushed her off, and she fell. No, but they just try to make you think that. But I like the way he figured out that his friend, and it was his friend and the cop that lured him there, and the cop was actually worked on the case. See, his mind, once he figured out that he was poisoned and stuff, then he started, thinking logically, and then he figured things out, which made sense. Okay, like I said, it was, like I said, good atmosphere with the movie, the rain and all that stuff in the house, and the creaky house and stuff. But to me, it still just it wasn't a great mystery. Okay, like the first one, like Murder on the Orient Express, that one's just a great mystery, because in that one you figure out that basically everybody killed him, everybody stabbed him and stuff, and that was good. And I also like the second one, where I think it was Death on the Nile, okay, with the couple and stuff. That was good too. But this one, it was an okay mystery, not the best mystery. I think the atmosphere was good in the movie, like the settings and stuff in the creaky house and the rain, the constant rainfall and stuff, and Hercule Poirot doubting himself because of stuff he sees in the house, and then they kept laying it on thick about the ghosts being in the house and all that stuff. Yeah, but once he cleared his mind and basically figured out that he was poisoned, that's why he was seeing stuff. And then he figured out, oh yeah, that must have been the same thing that happened, with the daughter, and then once you figured out who did it to the daughter and who and why, would they bring the fiance come back to the house, it made sense logically. But like I said, it was an okay movie. So I would give, out of my 4-star rating, I would give it a 2.5 stars. And that, for atmosphere and Hercule, Kenneth Branagh, I think the direction was good in it. I just think the story wasn't, the best. And it's hard to figure out. I think if you watching it, who did it, I think you got to think logically. And I guess I wasn't, thinking about who did it so much as I wanted to see how he figured it out. And it made sense once he figured out that he was poisoned, that it had to be somebody that had access to the poison. Okay, and then remember the mother mentioned about the flowers and all that stuff. Then he figured, okay, then it must have been, yeah. And then maybe, remember she made the mention about how her daughter was her world and stuff, and she didn't sing since her daughter died and all that stuff. Like she was like, you can tell she was obsessed with her daughter. And so it made logical sense that it would be the mom. But although, like I said, the doctor's death, her threatening to kill the son, that was kind of, I think it would have been better maybe if there was a secret entrance to the room, and then maybe she killed him that way, rather than basically threatening. Although, like I said, he had a weak mind, so maybe, you could believe that she could threaten him that she was going to kill his son, and he was that far, gone that he would actually kill himself, because, with the threat of his son. So, to make sure that his son would live, that he would do that, because he was all messed up. You can tell he was all messed up because of the war and all that stuff. And plus that was good. Like I said, not the best, but I would give it 2.5 stars out of 4. Okay, it's just, like I said, the story wasn't the greatest. Okay, the obsessive thing with the mom, I could, that, but the doctor's death, and then the killing the psychic because he didn't know who was blackmailing her. Okay, I can buy that. But again, like I said, I'll give it 2.5 stars out of my 4-star rating. I'll give it 2.5 stars. Not quite 3 stars. Okay, I think the other movies were better. The Murder on the Orient Express one and the Death on the Nile ones. I think those two were better movies than this one. Okay, but I definitely wouldn't mind seeing Kenneth Branagh do another Hercule Poirot story, because I think he's good in the role and stuff. And I like, you always get first-class productions out of his stories and stuff. Yeah, so shoot it around the world, which is good. So you get in great locations and stuff. So that's always a good thing. So anyway, let me know what you think of this a murder in, what's it called? A Murder in Venice? Yeah, Murder in Venice, right? Please hit the like and hit the subscribe button and let me know what you think of it. Okay, I have links to my social media in the description box, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also have a link to my other channel, Bob Views and Opinions. Please check that out as well. Also have a link down below to my Patreon. I want to say a special thank you to my patron. His name will, my patrons, their names will appear in this video somewhere. I want to say thank you to them supporting me. I always have my back. And again, my patrons only $5 a month. And I have tons of content on there. This movie will be on there. Haunted Mansion, that was the last one I put up. Well, I'm going to put that on there today, actually. And got movies, DC TV shows, Marvel TV shows. Got Gen V on there. Okay, tons of unedited content on there. If you go to the banner, the homepage, I think you can get 30-second clips of my unedited content on there. So check that out. The link is below. Also, please hit the subscribe and hit the notification bells so you know when I upload new content to the channel. And this is Trey Pastor. Thanks so long. Take care.